Some more good news regarding Apex Legends esports. Obviously, this is stuff that we like to see, and also some results coming from the Apex scene, some storylines going over there, some drama as well that happened over in that scene for BLGS, and we're following some of the bigger North American teams from this rebound from week 2 compared to week 1, specifically that of the Falcon esports. So let's dive into it and talk about what's going on, future of BLGS explanation. So there's been some drama, people complaining about why does Falcons, TSM, so why are they all in a stacked group? Why is LG in a group that seems more free? Or why is this group so hard, but why is theirs not? Anyways, week 1, BLGS week 1 was completely random seeding. And thank you to Dvork for posting this on the competitive Apex Reddit thread, kind of explaining how this seeding works. But BLGS number 2 is using the seeding based on the results from BLGS number 1. And there's also caveats, right? Like underperformances, team that didn't show up that much. And also, Zero did not play for the Falcons in week 1, so he didn't actually get any points. So Falcons, even though they placed 23rd, have a 38th seed. So that's why you may see Falcons playing in maybe a less favorable group, a little bit harder of a route, if you will. They've got to beat better teams more often, if you will. And it's because of that simple seeding scenario and the way that that works. So if you're 1st through 4th, you'll get sorted into groups, 1, 9, 17, and 25. And then you'll have the least likely chance of playing with each other. So all the top teams, 1st through 4th, they shouldn't have as hard of a time. As the list goes down, obviously you'll have a more likely chance of playing against those teams, and that's just how it works. So while Falcons may be one of the best teams in the world, they didn't have that seed, and that's why it causes some of the group problems. And many were saying like, oh, these groups need to be looked at. I think the seeding system is doing what it's supposed to do. You just got to realize not everybody played as well as they should have week 1. And also some of the players specifically didn't receive any points week 1 because they didn't actually play. Now, good thing is about BLGS, we may see more of this, not just in the next coming weeks or this year or during the off season until ALGS champs, but NiceWigg did make mention that it seems to be a long-term thing, more of it in the future. Hopefully that is the case, but here's what NiceWigg had to say on stream.
In positivity and support of the BLGS, and just tweet at Play Apex Esports and tweet at me and Greek, and just make a tweet. Give me a picture of your fucking setup and you watching, just you saying the games are fucking great. Like anything like that does help a ton, because I don't want to leak anything right now, but we are pushing for this to be a very common thing for the Apex scene. And we're not the only ones pushing for it.
Now, as we do have more BLGS events, hopefully there is less drama as far as some of the rules. I know this has been a big problem in Challenger Circuit, LCQ stuff going on, but sadly, this is just when things feel a little bit less competitive, right? Heat shields in the APAC North BLGS finals. Look at this. Heat shields were available. Names were also visible on the kill feed. So you could say, oh, that's a Fnatic. We need to go land on them. Or, oh, everybody could see the names. And also heat shields. That's not in comp. That's not actually in the rule set. That's a public match rank thing. Not supposed to be the case. They had the wrong settings on, whoever was hosting it. And look at this. No restart. You can see the names clear as day. Heat shields were in effect. There was no restart on this. So unfortunate stuff. But you could also see from the comments that this was not their first issue. APAC round 1, admins got confused as well and ended up running on Olympus when it was not their map pool yet. Took a couple of minutes to realize and run KC. Meanwhile, a few lobbies were also already in game playing it. Crazy stuff going on in the APAC North scene. It's just one of those things where it's like, is this just an honest mistake? Do the admins not really know the rules? Do they even know what comp Apex is? Or are they just a human number, whatever, hitting the start button on the lobby so that they can have an admin? I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, but hopefully this stuff gets fixed, because I know it has to feel really weird playing this and just knowing like, hey, this is like my career on the line. This is a big deal to me. This is like my up moment. This is the moment I'm supposed to make a name for myself. And you've got the wrong rules, and we're are we going to restart this? Is this game even going to count? I know a lot of people are probably sitting around in a corner thinking the game was going to end, right? Because the rules are wrong. But no, they count it, they move on, they play it, no restart, crazy stuff. So let's start us off here with the results. This one is for APAC North. No surprise here. Fnatic in first place. They've been one of the stronger APAC North teams for quite some time, especially after that whole Reject Winity Crazy Raccoon roster swap happened. So Fnatic looking strong. They've been looking strong. APAC, or ALGS split 1 playoffs. They got 3rd place anyways. So APAC North in general as a region has looked pretty strong, at least in the first half of this year for ALGS. Now that the meta has changed, maybe you could go back to EMEA North America. Honestly, EMEA has looked really good, especially with World Cup as well. But nonetheless, Fnatic in first place. Now, Reject Winity, not to look past Reject Winity in second place. What I find interesting about this one is Karen P is obviously on this roster, but you had that roster swap with Crazy Raccoon. Well, you had roster swap and organization swap. So you had the Reject Winity roster that were playing, and then they went to Crazy Raccoon, but they left Karen P, and Karen P, I thought Karen P honestly had the bad end of the stick here, but they're still holding out pretty strong here. Second place. And, you know, this is technically the organization that won Split 1 playoffs, but really Crazy Raccoon, I guess, would be more so of the team that actually won it. You know, Karen P also, though, so it just depends on how you want to look at it. Interforce 36 in third, though. Another big team we know, Crazy Raccoon in top 6. Riddle Order, though, struggling, and sadly, they're in 13th here. But other than that, no really, like, massive upsets in this one. Maybe you could look at this Reignite roster, right? This is the former Pulverex, the F. John Shunmi, so I hate to see them that low. But that's probably the one of the bigger upsets, them and Riddle Order. Other than that, you know, all the top teams are pretty much where they're supposed to be. Then you move on to APAC South. Last week in APAC South, you saw Roe in second, kind of killing it. Also, Bolin. So I really like to see some of these names that we know, we love, that we've seen in a while. These OG names. You know, on another hand, I like to see these Challenger Circuit players make a name for themselves. But there is some of that pride, I guess, to see some of these OG guys still sticking around and still looking pretty good. Makers, though, in week number 2, first place. This team has been crushing it for a while. They've been consistent for a while. This is Dexter, Zicky's team. Those guys have been together for a while as well. You've got True in second. You got Virtus Pro here with Pricey, Sharky, and Way in third. That was good for them considering that they did pretty good in the first split, but they honestly struggled after all of that in ALGS and even in World Cup. Like, everything was not going their way. You saw Roe back in it here with 4th place, VKG in 5th. The list goes on. You're seeing names again we haven't seen for a while. The Guild Esports roster with Phony Inco, unfortunately, not looking good on this one. Bear Claw, though, this is a team we saw a good bit of, you know, last split. But Bear Claw in 17th here, Lightning Unicorn in 14th here. Then, of course, as we take a look at North America, today will be your final. So make sure to take a look at all the streams. NiceWigg obviously being the main stream here, but Tripods looking to make a show. Oblivion, Dojo, Moist Esports, Broskies, Doom, Weave, Elevate, Stallions, Most Hated, Complexity, Falcons, Bleed Esports, Ape Gaming, Furia, Blurpy, SLG, TSM, Purple Slushy, and LG as well. There are a couple unsigned teams here that I'm interested to see, you know, if any of the BLGS movements will actually get some rosters to get signed. This was actually coming from NiceWigg saying, hey, you know, 100 Thieves, we're kind of running BLGS here. It's kind of been good. It's been successful. Good viewership. Phenomenal esport to watch. Can we get a 100 Thieves team roster? We've been talking about them potentially coming back, but haven't seen that as of yet. One team obviously everybody is taking a look at is the Falcons team roster. They're back in action since Zero is now playing, I think, from Canada. So will they actually get the results that they're looking for? It's going to be a big day for them, to say the least. These are kind of some of the conversations that have been going on and how kind of going on a tangent with Zero and Waltzy in some of their fights recently. And obviously there are many, many good moments, and much more good moments than this. It's always the bad that makes the content, really. But, you know, it's definitely important to say, here's kind of the roster dynamic. Here's the conversation that's going on. Will they get past these in their matches today in finals? Will they not have any of these problems? Are they actively talking it through? And are these conversations helpful? Or is this a sign of struggle that they need to work on even more? Roll the clip.
Hey, Pete. Might die here. I'm just dead, bro. Yeah, peeking here.
I fought about. I'm here to fight about. If you get to me, you can sit present. Okay. You're good. You're good.
No.
I'm one left.
Knock.
They're grappling on me.
Grappling in. One house.
Bro. He's cracked here on me.
It's just like.
Fuck, man.
Just like we actually can't do anything as good there. Just holding MP the entire time. At first, after I've been fucking, I was running it back away from Caravan, and he's peeked the ledge just after I shot him and 3-burst me off in the middle of the slide jump.
So interested to see your thoughts down in the comment section below and your predictions. Who do you have winning the finals today? Once again, I think yesterday I'd said I wouldn't be surprised if Falcons are up there. I think I said TSM. I had a good feeling that they would do good today. Honestly, I'm almost going back on that, but I'm going to ride it anyways. I've got TSM, Furia, and Falcons top 3. Look out for Moist to be top 5 as well. Really would love to see a Tripods win, an Elevate win also. So if I can get all 7 of those, 6 of those, whatever, correct in the top 6 or 7, then I'll be pretty happy. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Somebody's going to make an upset somewhere. Let me know what you think down below. Until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.